Welcome back, everyone. This is Arafellin playing Magical Brain and Korona the movie. Last time, after Korona basically made up with Leviathan, at night, rather furrier than usual, Nyal jumped in the window, said something about going somewhere and taking Korona with her, and then leapt out the window without saying where. So now Korona is looking for her. We're using the map system again here. You notice this time, if you look in the corner, it says we have 3 more moves available instead of the more common infinity or 1 when you just pick one. So there are 5 options here. We will only get to see 3 of them playing normally. So in order to show all of them, what I'm going to do is start with 2 and then load and go with Yuka to start with for what's actually going to be saved because, again, we're aiming for Yuka, and then do the others. So start with Leviathan.
Good evening, Leviathan.
Good evening to you. She's basically speaking in text speak.
Isn't that an odd way to put it?
It seems this is a cool greeting.
Anyway, have you seen Nyal-san? Oh, and try to limit it to within the last 30 minutes. You don't need to think about it so hard you freeze up. Don't space out for no reason.
Saying I have not seen her would be simple.
Simple is just fine.
Such things in your country, the concept of leeway. Quiet in the chapel.
If you would just give a normal reply, it'd be a quiet conversation. Anyway, I guess Nyal-san hasn't been here.
Since you're here, why not repent?
Sorry, but it feels like all I've been doing all day is repenting, so I'll pass.
A pity. Depending on the content of your repentance, I might have cast water upon you.
Huh? Well, anyway, I'm leaving.
Good, that's you. And... Noel.
Noel-chan.
A fine night.
I'm looking for Nyal-san. Have you seen her?
Nay, I have not.
That was one heck of a...
The moonstruck demon beasts cry out. I am soon to go hunting. Wilt thou also come?
Oh, I'm meeting up with Nyal-san. Besides, it's like you have a really excited look on your face, Noel-chan.
As dost thou.
Huh?
Thy face fighting the dragon yesterday was zestful. It would seem the more formidable the foe, the more the facade is breached.
That's not...
Oh, but it is. Dost not seek a target against which to strike the magical power brimming within thy body?
Yeah. Leviathan did the same thing earlier. How do you always hit on the things I don't want to think about?
The demonic is thus. I told thee of our keen sense for negative emotions. To strike at human weakness and lead them to downfall is our profession. Now, I shall be off. Be sure not to overdo things. Monsters are the inhabitants of this world. It would not do to shrink their numbers overmuch.
Hey, aren't you worried about my safety?
Now loading. And because you're aiming for Yuka, go for Yuka as the first one.
We enjoyed tea in the cafe saloon by day, but it's so different at night. The feeble light from the chandelier flickers spookily, creating a really unpleasant atmosphere.
The night of the full moon, an old castle in the mountains. In a novel, a setting like this would have to mean a murder mystery. One dead, then another.
Yuka-chan, don't say such scary things.
Sorry. By the way, why are you dressed like that, Korona-chan?
Actually, something or other, and it's a true moon, so what's going on? Yeah. At least that's what Nyal-san said. But I never heard where to meet. Have you seen her anywhere?
No, I haven't. She hasn't been over this way. I see. They call it the true moon. That's why the Genbu mirror.
Oh, is it happening again?
Yes, again. It's especially bad tonight. If the cause is the moon, maybe it will settle down when morning comes.
Whoa, what a mess.
Is this Sarah-san alright?
Hey, yeah, that could be a problem. Oh, I see.
What is it?
Don't underestimate me. I'm not like a mirror, a mere 1,000 years. Or so he says.
Oh, well, at least he's fine. Let's do rhyme next. Good evening, such a fine night.
Good evening, Rhyme-san.
I suppose you are now used to it?
And I just saw something amazing.
How dreadful. In that case, would you like to see something more amazing?
Just going outside the castle in this twilight world will be plenty.
Dear me, such a shame.
Anyway, have you seen Nyal-san?
I caught sight of her earlier, but she went off somewhere, mumbling something about wanting someone to be clear about wanting help or not.
Whoa, she sounds kinda drunk.
The true moon nights are a festival for the beasts. Steeped body and mind in a lunatic high, it makes them want to act out. Though I am also a flying mammal, as a beast of sorts, I understand quite well how Nyal-sama and the others feel.
You don't transform, Ryan-san?
Or do I? Transformation is a specialty of vampires. Perhaps I have already changed my form to this form from something else.
Whoa, don't say things that are kind of frightening.
Would you like to see something more frightening?
No, that's fine, really.
Dear me, such a shame.
Wait, Rhyme-san, are you drunk too?
I am not aware of any such symptoms.
I think that's the worst kind.
And finally, these two. In another new location, even.
Huh? What's down here? I wandered into a weird place while walking around looking for Nyal-san. I think it's underground since I went down some stairs from the corridor. Huh? I hear talking beyond the door just over there. It sounds like... Whoa, where is this? I don't like how this room feels. The stairs out are down the hall and to the right. Thanks. Hold on, you don't have to drive me off the second you see my face. A power character like you doesn't belong in the Belith Alchemy Lab. Alchemy Lab? Actually, now that you mention it, the shelves of vials and equipment set up like in a science room do make it look like a laboratory. What are you working on here? That's classified.
Bella-chan, do you have to be so cold when Senpai hasn't even done anything yet?
Ah, Super-chan.
I'm sorry. Go on, Bella-chan. Do you apologize too?
No, that's okay. I'm sorry I interrupted. Oh, have you seen Nyal-san? We're supposed to go outside together, but I lost track of her.
We've been here ever since dinner and haven't seen her.
Thanks. I'll try looking somewhere else then.
And after picking any 3 destinations, Korona automatically moves to the courtyard.
Where the heck did Nyal-san get to?
Hey, Korona, where have you been, yeah?
Oh, I finally found you. And it's my line.
It's my line too, yeah?
Hey, Nyal-san, you rushed off without telling me where to meet.
Figure it out on your own.
No way, that's crazy talk. A dog might be one thing, but finding a cat... Dog? Hey, that's right. What's Cromm up to? She's a Therian too, right?
Well, Cromm's in sort of the same situation as me.
She set it out too, then?
No, she's locked in the dungeon.
Huh? How come?
Thanks to all the magic energy she's got, the true moon affects her in more of a bad way, yeah.
Even so, it's me to shut Cromm in his cell when we're out playing. Aren't you friends and teammates?
Chill out, Korona. Cromm wants it this way, yeah. You can't solve it that easily. I know you don't want to hear this, but just leave her be, yeah?
I can't just leave her alone. I can't accept this. If I were in Nyal-san's position and Cromm-san were Yuka-chan, I'd never allow this.
It's not that simple, yeah?
Take me to Cromm-san.
Give it up. No, really.
Osiris!
Dummy, you're gonna wave that thing around inside the castle? Okay, just stand down. I'll take you, so stand down. Cool your head off, yeah.
The room was deep in the basement. Choking, dusty, and moldy smells tell me that hardly anyone ever comes here. According to Nyal-san, this place has been almost completely unused since Noel-chan came to power. Locking her up in a place like this? Cromm-san, are you okay? Cromm-san? Is this the key? It was too dark to see in the cell, but someone was definitely in there. Grabbing a key ring from the top of a simple desk, I rushed towards the door of the cell where I heard the groan. Just you wait, Cromm-san. I'll let you out. Nope, it's not this key. Maybe this next one, then?
Hey, what are you doing, yeah?
Isn't it obvious? I'm unlocking it to let Cromm-san out.
Don't. The true moon's light turns Cromm violent and out of control, yeah? That's why she's sealed in here.
Huh?
It opened. Oh crap, run away.
Hey, Nyal-san! Nyal-san got this look on her face and ran off like a crazed rabbit. She's a cat, not a rabbit, but at this point, that's really no big... Huh? I've got a really bad feeling about where this is going. Maybe I should run away too?
I'm gonna do a quick save here. Because you get two options. I consider sticking around more in character for Korona, so I want to make that the canonical playthrough, but I'll do this first option for now because it's quicker and not as difficult.
Yeah, better run away, like a rabbit. The moral here is not to put my nose in so much where it doesn't belong. See you again next week! I fled all the way outside the castle.
I told you not to do it.
Hey, the part about Cromm-san going violent and out of control is a big deal, but you didn't tell me until the last second.
If you just backed down, I wouldn't have had to say anything, yeah?
And yeah, I learned my lesson.
And on that note... Hey, how dare you whip out the demon sword and threaten me, yeah?
Well, sorry.
If sorry cut it, we wouldn't need Andromelius for anything, yeah?
Who's that?
A Demon Realm judge.
Huh.
Don't get all impressed now. You, Korona Sakura, I'm taking you down a few pegs today.
Oh man, I run away and it still turns out like this.
If I was at full power yesterday, then today I'm at 200%. Beasts are unstoppable under the full moon, yeah?
With a thundering war cry, the Therian takes a fighting pose. Forget it. I guess I've got no choice. Fine, but I'm not about to lose.
And who didn't see this coming? So Nyal is still Nyal, so in a lot of ways the battle is very similar to when we fought her before. She is somewhat stronger this time, her regeneration power is somewhat stronger. But in the end, the biggest difference is that she has new special attacks, which we will probably see at least one and possibly both of. skip that for now because I'd rather have the charge and do special attacks on my own. Block, 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 block. That was a surprisingly simple pattern. And Nyal, in addition to being furrier than usual, her eyes also stand out more. Look rather more demonic than usual. You may see Nyal's life flicker upwards a bit after her turn. Just watch around here at the end of it. So far, nothing special. Under most circumstances, you should be able to block every normal enemy attack round without trouble, even when the difficulty starts getting up there, because pretty much all they do is just get faster. The weird and complicated stuff always come during their special attacks. Good, we have Korona Desperado charged. Yeah. Just glancing at my recording time and not paying attention. Ultra high speed spin drill! This is one of her new specials. This is a Carl Jung quote. Cosmos, another word for order. The second one is a Bruce Lee quote. Anyway, you need to pay attention for this because sometimes in this attack the chips will just stop moving shy of the target point and start moving again a bit later. Apparently this time they just decided not to do that, which makes that pretty trivial. If they fear lower difficulty, they'll all stop, but in a very predictable way. At this difficulty, it's random which do and don't stop, but it's very rare for none of them to. And at higher difficulty, something like 40% of them will, with more randomization in where and when. So that makes it weirdly unpredictable, despite being apparently straightforward to begin with. Anyway. Korona Desperado, it's the same Korona Desperado as always. Plenty of damage, easy to use, plenty of charge to the special meter. But yeah, at this point, it's just a matter of finishing out the battle. Battles are becoming increasingly a matter of endurance. And there the music stops because, again, MP3s don't loop. You know, sort of life meter went up a little bit before going back down. I think that's because there are actually two slightly different ways that it draws it. So she did regenerate, I think it's, yeah, 3% of her max health, as opposed to the 2% that she got in the previous battle. Korona Desperado. Yeah, you can still get random specials when you're not getting the automatic specials, and they are always welcome. Your special attacks, of course, are your fastest way to inflict damage, and Korona Desperado is the fastest way to increase your energy charge. Blaster does more damage, but it doesn't give you any charge. Okay, here Nyal's getting another special, and this is the other one. We have the Crawling Chaos, which again is Naruto text name, and Care killed the cat this time instead of her other quote. This I need to focus on. Yeah, that one I find more tricky. It's basically Double Fang Slicer, except that some things come from the other side, and that kind of makes it harder to keep track of. Anyway, as I was saying, Care killed the cat is related to, but different from Curiosity killed the cat. Care in this context means anxiety or worrying too much about things, so the basic meaning of the saying is that too much worrying is bad for your health. And too much worrying is certainly something Nyal is not guilty of. If anything, she doesn't worry enough. A Korona Blaster will always be a series of 16 ships that are closely spaced and evenly, and all the same direction in this game. In Korona 1, they alternated between two different directions, but in this game it's just the same direction over and over again, so you pretty much tap the key repeatedly. The only tricky part about it is getting the rhythm right. Also, always make sure to block enemy enter attacks because they hurt more than the normal ones. And at this part, it's just a matter of finishing out the battle. Will 2 specials be enough? Maybe. I think I'm gonna go ahead and wait for the level 3 to come up and use Gun Blazing to finish her off. Yeah, also what I just did there, if you know you need less than a full critical to finish charging your initiative bar, you might as well go ahead and hit a little bit early just for that extra bit of speed. Although it doesn't seem to have made any real difference here. Okay. As you can see from her change expression and the orange health bar, Nyal is getting low on health. So this will be over very shortly. A full Gun Blazing is 30% of opponent health. I think their bar changes at 25%, so this will finish her off. Really big sword, nice dramatic fiery effects. In matters of conscience, the law of majority has no place. That is a Gandhi quote. The idea being that there are some things that are too important to be left up to a vote. Of course, he probably would not approve of Korona's method since he's also known for non-violent protest. Admit. And Nyal is beaten again. Ow, 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 ow.
Are you okay? I kind of went all out.
More or less. Meh, the pain's pretty killer, but I'm not gonna die or anything, so don't worry about it, yeah?
Yao-san looks at our wounds as she speaks. Is that a safe way to treat them?
Damn, I'd hope to at least fight to a draw, yeah? I even kept my new special attack secret until this true moon.
Sorry.
Dummy, who apologizes for winning? Show some pride, or else it's gonna make me lose face completely, yeah? Listen, I'm worse at giving up than anyone in Belzemoth Castle, yeah? I'll keep challenging you until I can win, so prepare yourself, yeah? Korona Sakura.
She looked a bit different from usual, but Nyal-san's cheery smile, just like always, was easy and pleasant. It never takes a trend of losing. Server-chan, Nyal-san, Noel-chan, they've all kept getting stronger. In Yo-san's head, I'm sure she's already considering our next battle. To her, this battle was nothing more than a step along the way. Yeah, let's do it again. I'll get stronger too.
Yeah, that's the spirit. So maybe I'll head for the mountains now, Nya. We can beat some really huge monsters over that way.
What? Right now? Yo-san, aren't you hurt?
I got better.
There's no way. Wait, hey, you really are better.
I told you, beasts are unstoppable under the true moon. Hey, we'll run out of night if you keep standing around, yeah?
That body must come in handy.
And this is the end of Act 3. This has been Arafellin playing Magical Bringer Korona the movie. Come back next time, and we'll do the other choice in the cell, and you can probably guess what that leads to, so hope to see you then.